I get the red, and then the game is over. He makes this one mistake, and then the entire game ends just because I walk into his jungle and... What's up, guys? Welcome back to another VOD review video. Today I'll be VOD reviewing this game where I got a lead level 1 and then made the enemy jungler very sad with the way that I pushed to lead. So, obviously, as usual, let's start by looking at the matchups. Kindred versus Brand. The number one thing that I'm thinking when I see this matchup is Brand's win condition is full clearing. He wants to sequence his camps, and he wants to get levels and an XP lead through his very fast clear. So for me, as the champion that clears slower but is stronger early, my objective becomes to disrupt his clear and disrupt his win condition. So I want to do whatever I can to invade him early, and like kind of disrupt his ability to build a farm lead. So level 1, we look here, drop a ward pretty deep because I'm thinking about queuing the wall to invade him on red, depending on when he starts. However, I do end up making the decision to just start my red, and then I walk in here, and their whole team is here, or their bot side, and this was a total ego move. Don't do this. In this situation, if you get pushed off your buff, just go start the other buff and then look to invade. I should not have walked back in and done this, but I egoed, walked back in, W'd the bush, smited the red, autoed it, stole it, and now the game is over. Like, I win. It's over. So I take Raptors, and in my mind, I know Brand is doing this. He's just walking over to these blue side camps. So I know I have time. I take the chickens, and I sprint over, and I push him off the blue. Now, the whole time I'm doing this, I'm like looking at the lanes. I have mid prio. Yone's probably not going to be able to move, but their bot lane has push and will probably be able to crash the second wave and move. So I'm being kind of mindful of that. So as I'm hitting this grump, I see they start walking up. So I start pulling the grump over this way because I'm going to like escape this direction. Now I bulldoze towards mid lane, and Brand is still level 1. He's still level 1. 3 minutes, I'm level 3, he's level 1. I've spent the last 6 months combining everything I know about jungling into a 23 episode course designed to teach you everything you need to know to smash your ranked goals and become a high elo jungler, covering everything from early pathing and creating a game plan to the fundamentals of playing the map in the mid and late game. So if you're ready to take control of your rank today, check out the link in the description. He tried to fight me here, he couldn't, then he ran to here, tried to get something here, wasn't allowed to, same thing for here. So now I know that he's gonna appear topside to try to get level 2. Because his options are either wolves or like raptors or red. So I know that if I appear topside and I continue to deny him camps, it's just totally over. So walk over here. He has a ward somewhere. He sees me appear. I don't have top prio, but I do have mid prio. My Hoi has wave control, so I am allowed to stay here and eat this. Finish the red, check Krugs, and at this point I assume he's recalled. So I just go to the river to start doing this. And at this point I assume what's happened is that he lost his red and then he recalled and then ran back to wolves to get level 2. So right now in my head I'm assuming he's doing this. But that was actually inaccurate because it turns out that he ran to his Krugs. So he smites this, finally gets level 2, and then I'm like, oh, okay. Well, if you're going to do that, then I'm just going to go take both grabs. So I run down, get the second mark. I want to contest him on his wolves, but their bot lane has moved, so I decide not to. And now my entire jungle's up, and he is homeless. So all I need to do is clear my camps and like basically just enjoy the free win that I have now. So I pick he ends up he does another thing that I don't expect. Right now, my expectation is that he does wolves and then he's going to do gromp when it spawns. So I'm not even looking to invade this mark, even though maybe I probably should. But like he immediately appears topside right after I finish my recall, which is kind of sad. but obviously pinging my top laner not to die. He just barely dies. I walk in, pick up this quick kill on Silas. That's pretty nice for me. Brand stole my Grump before this top fight, so now I'm just clearing. I see his chickens are spawning. And right now, what's crucial to understand is that Brand doesn't actually have exact timers on his Krugs. He should actually have a pretty exact timer on Raptors because he smited them, but he doesn't know when his Krugs are up. And that's like one of the OP things about re-invading. The enemy jungler just doesn't know when their camps spawn. So he just took Krugs while I took his Raptors. I just like briefly see him here. Somehow we're actually the same level. I don't completely understand how that happened. Like, I don't understand how my 25 CS lead is only, I mean, I guess it's like 90% of a level, but still, I'm surprised he's level 5. But that's probably because he's been able to clear respawn camps. So it's like rubber banded his XP a little bit. So, I look at bot lane. My bot lane's not in danger. My Jin's safely eating this wave. Brand is not really strong enough to invade me here. My team can push him off. It's kind of scary for him, so it's safe for me to look for a top play. Silas, obviously, his wave is in like a super bad position. This is always going to be a free kill when he tries to crash this. So I just pull up, he presses R on me. I try to maybe one-shot him with my E, but it doesn't really work. I do make a little bit of a mistake here because I should have held my E so that I'd have it at the end of his R. So I did end up having to flash to finish this kill. But my E comes back up, and then he's dead. Now I'm immediately recalling because I know Brand is bot side, and I know he's either going to try to do Dragon or invade my bot side, and I don't want to let him do that. So I'm just going to recall, and I'm going to match him. Unfortunately, we do lose Dragon. However, I basically just trade a kill for Dragon. That's not the worst. I skip Krugs because I know I want to play for Grubs now, and I want to do it sooner rather than later because, yeah, like I just don't want to spend the time doing Krugs. So skip Krugs so I can be topside and match the Brand when he's topside and get to Grubs. I see that the Raptors are spawning, so I jump to mid, help my mid out in the fight a little bit, take the chickens. My mid dies, but then I get the kill. Can't quite kill Brand, just barely dodge the Jinxar. Now I'm going to run back on the map and look to take Grubs. My support is, if my support wasn't here, I would have probably cleared these camps first, but because my support is here, it's a little bit safer for me to just commit to the call. And once again, Silas is trying to crash a wave, so I can pull up here and collect another free kill. This is a little more dangerous without Milio because it is Silas with Malphite R, but I would have probably just used my R and then been fine. So now, obviously, as soon as you're taking an objective like this, when it's fairly telegraphed, because we just showed 3 top, we want to think, what's the enemy jungler going to do? So we go over here, we look at bot lane, we see that the bot wave is, they're hard pushing, but my Jin's full HP. He's doing kind of fine down here. They're not really threatening a dive. Brand showing mid, so bot's not going to get punished for us committing to Herald here, although it looks like my mid might. So my mid lives. Here I'm looking to play for his top side because on Kindred, like trading vertical jungling is really OP because you'll very consistently get marks when you're vertical jungling because like right now he's trading my bot side camps for his top side, but obviously I'm Kindred, so I'm just getting free marks. So this is super, super, super advantageous for me. Brand gets spotted out here. He kills Hui, but dies for it himself. So after Krugs, I run to mid to collect the free kill on the Yone, and then I run right back to his Raptors to clear them again. Now I'm going to recall. From base, I know Brand is going to do this, so I'm going to run to the bot side of the map to match him. Even though my top side is up, I'm still going to run to the bot side of the map. So I know he's going to be playing for Gromp after blue. The blue is the mark, so I know that he's going to be sprinting from base just straight to the blue. He's going to take it. But when the blue dies, I know that the Gromp has just spawned because the mark or the icon just appeared on the map. So I come over here, try to pressure it. I'm playing slow because I know that their bot lane has inside track to this. My bot lane isn't exactly with me right now. But from around the wall, I just smite it. He disappears into the bush. I'm not going to face check him. I don't really need to do that. But then as soon as I start seeing him walk towards me, so like right here, I know that if he walks down this way, he's just going to get out. So I don't really need to keep chasing here. And I also don't want to walk into the bush and face check like and just get Zerath stunned and Brand EQ'd. So but as soon as I see him start walking to me, I walk out of his vision line and then double back and start fighting him. Because obviously I'm stronger than him. I don't think I needed to flash like that. I intended to flash his E. Oh, never mind. I did actually flash his E. Okay, no, that was a good flash. Yeah. So maybe I could take his wolves right now, but my Hui seems like he's in danger, and I want to play for dragon. One thing that is valuable to do with enemy camps is splitting the timers. So it's much worse for Brand if I steal his Gromp at like 1320 and then steal wolves at 1420, because not only did I steal both camps, but now the timers are both offset by a minute, which continues to fuck up his ability to sequence his camps. Jinxar comes in, doesn't find anything. My Hui is getting kind of tilted, but it doesn't really matter. And I don't end up going for this invade because now my mid is dead. Their bot is coming back onto the map. Brand's coming back onto the map. It's just a flip to go to this. If they're good, I die. If they're bad, I live. So I take red, and I sprint to mid to hold the wave. My bot side does die, unfortunately. But I want to be playing for, like, I know Brand's topside right now, so I want to go match him topside, and I want to play for Herald. So I'm pinging that I know he's topside, so my team is on the same page. And I'm clearing my camps. I see him appear on the crab, jump in, grab a quick kill, re-invade his chickens again. Thought the Krogs might be there, but he cleared them already. And then I just take the Herald. We do drop a mid wave and lose mid tower for it. My mid and ADC did kind of weird rotations here. So we shouldn't have lost this tower, honestly. But it is what it is. I don't really give a shit about gold for my Malphite, so I'm just going to take the wave. And I'm also doing it so that I can drop Herald. The reason this Herald is good is because we see everyone on the map. Like, Herald is really good for breaking mid-tier 1. Because it does like 60 to 70% of the tower's health. But in this situation, when we see 5 people, 3 commit top and 2 commit bot. We see Brand Yone here, and then the bot and mid are topside. So as soon as I see that happening, I know I can drop Herald and take 2 towers. And I can't quite finish the second one, but we get like 70% of it, or 60% of it. And that only happened because the enemy team dropped a mid wave. Now I see Yone overextending bot. This is super illegal. So just walk down here to collect this free kill. And somehow he has a shutdown, because I guess my Hui is inting. So easy shutdown. I take a recall because I can buy my, I think I buy, oh actually I had a lot of gold here. I had 3k gold here. So take a recall, get 2 items in BF sword. And now I know I'm like insanely strong now. I'm 2 items plus an additional 40 AD from the BF sword. So I can look for fights if I want to. I see Brand taking this crab. Jump in. I somehow fuck up smiting the crab. It was kind of insane that I messed that up. It literally, I don't know what I did. It literally felt like I clicked smite on the crab and then it just didn't get hit by it. Maybe I was out of range or something. But obviously, I know that Brand is going to try to take his Krugs immediately. So, and like my team has a lot of pressure on the map. This portal is still up for me to use it to get away. So I run in here, smite those, and then I think I kill him. Yeah. And like all of this just happened because he fucked up at level 1. He fucked up at level 1, and he has not been able to do anything since then, because I have matched him on the map, prevented him from finding plays, and just constantly invaded him whenever I had the opportunity to. Hovering with my team as they play. Just taking the camps. Pressuring the tower. Now I know I want to play for his bot side and dragon. But obviously if they're going to die mid lane, I should just go mid and kill them. But now it's getting a little scarier. We've overstayed just a little bit. So now instead of taking dragon, we're just going to recall. We do now lose mid prio. Bot prio is okay. They find a pick on the brand. And I immediately get back on the map. This was my, this was my first mistake here of the game, or like first big mistake that got me killed. This positioning is just too aggressive. I should be like here. I should blast cone down to this way so that I'm not positioned behind them. Because when I go here, I get pincered between the Yone and the Sylas. But if I'd just gone this way, I could have been standing like in line with my team as they run this way. And that would have probably made it a lot easier for me to survive this play. Because instead, I positioned I'm literally between 3 people right now. There's one here, one here, and one here. So like this is like nightmare positioning for me. I could have just been here and then I'm like basically 1v1 against Yone cutting this way. So this was just a positioning error. This fight is winnable if I don't miss position. But I had to R super early and then I just got one shot. But shit happens. My mid TPs kills himself. Kind of a classic from him. But now we just give the dragon. Like, it's totally fine. It's one dragon. But now we have kind of a cool Atacon opportunity. So after they take dragon, we know they're pretty low. We have a tempo advantage because, like, if we're just looking at the health bars, Hui is dead, but everyone else is full HP here pretty much, except for Jin. Jin's not full HP, but everyone else is. And, like, Jinx is low, Malphite's low, Brand is fairly low as well. Or no, that is Brand. But yeah, Jinx and Brand are low, and 2 of them are dead. So as soon as I take the dragon, we know that we have an Atacon timer. The mid wave is neutral, and they haven't gotten cryo, so it's not like we're going to lose a mid tower for it. So we can just walk in, eat this nice and easy, like completely free. Hui goes to match top, and then we all just back off. I recall and go top side. This is partially to match the brand, and partially because all my camps are up here. Then I see Sylas overextending mid lane. So like, my team is hard winning on the bot side of the map, so I know that I have some support from them. And the Sylas can't solo me, and he is overextending here to hit this tower, so I'm just gonna go fight him. I messed up mechanically a little bit, but this fight is like basically unlosable, especially once Milio gets there. And now 4 of them are dead, so all I'm gonna do is pressure the towers. Looking at the wave states, we don't really have a bot wave, but we do have a top wave coming in soon. So we want to play for mid and then top. And right here, I end up cutting to top side because by the time the wave gets here, Xerath is there too. Their team is there. We couldn't really hit this. So immediately I'm just running to pressure top tower. The enemy team does just kind of weird shit here. They're like committing to the bot side of the map and mid, so I end up just like I'm keeping a really close eye on my map here, but I'm seeing them appear over here, so I know I'm pretty safe to just hit this tower. I end up just leaving, and I guess I just barely don't finish the tower, but it's basically dead whenever we want to get it. But I obviously don't want to overstay because I have a big ol' shutdown. So now I'm going to get back on the map, and we do make a little bit of a throw here. We look for a pick on Brand. because we want to basically right now in the game, we want to get a pick on Brand, and then we want to take Baron and then use the Baron to end the game. That's our game plan. So we can't find a pick on the Brand, but we do see that Sylas is super overextended here and Baron isn't quite spawning yet. So we look for the pick on the Sylas, but he stalls for a really long time. And then they get a timer to start Baron. We run all the way up, but unfortunately we don't make it there in time. And then pretty much everybody lives. Or no, not pretty much everybody. 2 die. Sylas died bot, and then Yone dies there. And then Brand dies here as well. Xerath lives. So big throw because we overcommitted to the bot side of the map. If it took us 5 less seconds to kill the Sylas, it would have been a good play. But because he was able to stall for so long, they got Baron for it. So this was a mistake. It was just unnecessary. What we needed to do was get more control over Baron and get mid prio and then look for that bot pick. Because, like, if we're looking at the map here, we do get mid prio. But it's not like we have any control up here. We don't have top prio. We don't have vision around Baron. So there's nothing actually stopping them from just walking in to take control of Baron. Even though we have mid prio, we don't actually have topside control. So if we sent 2 people or 3 people even to do this pick with like me and Hui staying topside, or like Jin and Hui, or just somebody staying topside to maintain a little bit of control, then this probably doesn't result in us losing Baron. But because we didn't control like the area around Baron, and then we committed bot side like this, and we did it so slowly, they get Baron for it. But shit happens. We got a decent number of kills back. It's not that amazing for them. Like, it's definitely good for them to have gotten the Baron, like, for their team, but it's not like it's put them back into the game. It's not like we're even now. So, there's 2 dead, so we pressure mid tower. Just barely can't finish it once again, but, you know, it's pretty low. We'll get it next round. Then we fall back to the dragon. Grab the dragon real quick. Take a recall. Now from base, I'm going to sprint back to red, collect the red, skip drugs, because I want to be with my team. But actually my ADC is recalling, so maybe I should have taken drugs. Or, no, they just stay. Okay. They stay, we look for a pick here, we kill Brand, we kill Xerath. And like, actually, I'm going to rewind because this is kind of important. In the mid game, it's kind of hard to understand when you're supposed to group and when you're not supposed to group. But it gets a lot easier when you just think about, like, you think about it in terms of priority. So always the first priority is making aggressive plays for objectives with your team, provided it's a good play. So if it's a good play and your team can group and do something, you always want to go do that thing. Because like the camps will just be here. They're kind of the default option, but if you have something better than your default, you should do the better thing. So obviously I want to take red because red empowers my auto attacks. It gives it to my whole team as well. So it's good for my ADC. And I take raptors because I can smite them. It takes like 5 seconds. But now my team is getting pressure on the map. Like my mid's starting to get push. My top lane is kind of starting to get push up here. If my mid had slightly worse tempo than this, I could probably do more camps. But because my bot lane's walking up, me synchronizing with them means that we end the game here. If I don't synchronize with them and I go clear Krugs, none of this happens. So this, like, all of this game-ending sequence only happens because I skip Krugs to synchronize with my team when they get pressure. They basically all just kill themselves, and then we easily end the game. And, like, literally, all of this happened just because of Brand's mistake level 1. Like, this, once again, this is a flip. I would say the value of this VOD review is not that you should start your games by flipping the red and then winning that level 1. But let's say a different hypothetical example where I'm level 1 invading him on his blue, and I push him off the blue and then I take these camps. The way that I'm thinking about, like, the movement of the lanes, like making sure I don't get collapsed on, but I'm also pushing him off the camps. That is the value of this VOD review. Don't flip level 1 like this. This was not a good play from me. Don't do this. This part was bad. But I get the red, and then the game is over. He makes this one mistake, and then the entire game ends just because I walk into his jungle and push him off all the camps. Check out my jungle guide if you want to know the thought process behind the decisions that I make. Have a great day. See you later.